Operation Finally Home, what they do is they find the most deserving veterans that they can that were injured in war. These are soldiers that wanted to serve their entire life and it was taken away from them because of an injury. And they find these very deserving individuals and they surprise them with a brand new, custom-built, mortgage-free home. Well, I got involved with Operation Finally Home a while back. I actually had a vendor invite me to a concert at a builder show, and it was one of those things where I wasn't sure if I wanted to go, but I decided to go just to support him, and it ended up being a charity concert for this organization called Operation Finally Home. And they told a story about a veteran who was going to serve his whole life. That was what he wanted to do, and he was so excited about it. And while on a routine mission in a vehicle, it hit an IED, and the vehicle blew up, and his legs were crushed within the vehicle. And he noticed while the vehicle had flipped over, he was trying to pull his legs out, that there was ammunition in the vehicle, and it was going to start on fire. And there was others of his comrades in the vehicle, and he acted quickly, and he pulled his mangled legs from the wreckage, and he used his mangled legs to put the fire out. And he saved his entire battalion doing that. And unfortunately, he had to have his legs amputated, and his service and his whole career was ended that day. And on top of all of that, he had 6 kids at home that he had to take care of. And then they talked about this organization called Operation Finally Home and how they found him and they gave him a brand new home. They surprised him. And out on the stage then, he walks in shorts with his metal legs, and it was just the most incredible thing. And about a year later, we were able to bring it up to Wisconsin. We just knew that it needed to be a part of it somehow. Operation Finally Home, we put on, first of all, a lot of public events that bring awareness to the cause. So we'll do a project announcement where we let everyone know that we have a project for Operation Finally Home and where we're going to build it. And then from there, we do the surprise, and that's where once we've selected the family and we know that we're going to move ahead with them, we bring them out and we have all sorts of different setups and things, and it gets kind of elaborate, and it's always different each time. And so we bring a veteran in, and a lot of times they think that they're coming to meet me for an interview. However, usually something happens, and then all of a sudden they end up somewhere else, and all of a sudden we're surprising them that they're getting a brand new home. We did one recently at their lot. So we drove by the lot, and then all of a sudden there's this huge 50-foot flag, and they drive under, and it's like, oh, hey, you're not coming for an interview, you're actually going by the lot for your new home, and by the way, we're gonna break ground on your new home today. The last public event that we do is the dedication, and the dedication is like the culmination of everything that we've done. And what we do is we invite everybody in the community to come out, and we drive the family up to their home. They haven't seen it since we roughed it in, and we have a nice little ceremony. It's very patriotic, very emotional. So for our first Operation Finally Home projects, we were able to do 2 homes at once, and I was proud to be one of the builders for it. So our very first family that we surprised was Army Sergeant Wroblewski and his wife Caitlin. Of course, Drew went off to service. He served a little over 3 years before he was in a vehicle that got hit by an IED. Drew always talks about all the brothers that he lost. Drew had his home. It got dedicated in 2015 in the village of Jackson, and it's really changed their lives, and it's exciting to see how well they're doing. Drew is now a police officer in Mount Pleasant. Our second recipient is Bo and Kim Kitelinger, and Bo is a Army Specialist, and he served quite a few years. He developed some severe injuries as well, They've got their home in Jackson as well, and Bo is studying microbiology, and he's getting his master's degree from Marquette and is working on becoming a physician. So this has given him a wonderful opportunity to completely get a fresh start, finish his schooling, and take care of his family. I was like, wow, this is really huge. Like, this is starting to sustain itself. People were starting to understand what Operation Flying Home was, because when I first started, I remember I went to a lot of meetings, and I think people looked at me kind of funny, and they thought I was a little crazy that, you know, this guy's gonna build this home for free and give it to some stranger. And I think a lot of people were like, yeah, I don't believe this, or what's going to happen if the home doesn't get built. I remember getting questions like that, and then flash forward, and they see these families, and they see them moving into these homes, and they see the houses being built, and they see them popping up in different parts around Wisconsin here. And now people realize this is a real thing, it's happening. So the Davis family, I think they probably had the most compelling story out of our family so far. Joe served for almost 11 years, and he noticed while serving that he was starting to lose feeling in his left arm, and something wasn't right, and they started really looking into it, and they determined that he developed advanced Parkinson's from all his injuries. And we were shocked. We had a 5K in Menominee Falls, and we were just starting to build his home, and Joe and Krista show up, and Joe's like, I'm gonna run in the 5K. I'm like, you don't have to run in this, this is to support your home. He's like, no, I want to do that. I want to sign up. I want to run in it. And so one of the coolest moments was when he was running and up to the finish line. It was super inspiring, and just shows like what our veterans will do, what they'll do to help someone else and do for a cause. Our current recipient is our highest ranking one so far. It's Army Sergeant First Class Tyson Cole and his family. He has 2 daughters and a son. He was actually injured when a mortar came down and landed 3 feet away from him, threw him into a concrete bunker, and he landed head first into it. And so it caused very severe and traumatic brain injury for him. And so he's worked really hard. He's going to school, and wonderful family. They're super excited to get into their home, and we're going to be dedicating it in June of 2019, and we're super excited about it. Well, my goal for Operation Finally Home is I would love to continue this project every year, and I'm already excited to say that we have a lot for build number 6 in Wisconsin, at least through 2020. For sure, we're going to be doing more homes, and if we continue to get support from the community, and continue to get support from the trades and everyone involved, we're going to keep this thing going, and I'd love to keep doing one every single year.
Just thank you guys for everything. We'll never ever be able to repay you for anything that you guys have done for us. And
thank you to David Belman and everybody, all the volunteers and everybody that took their time to put this house together for us. We appreciate it. It means the world to us.